Commission. All set. Attorney, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. All right, welcome everybody. I'll start the Protection Policy Committee for Monday, April 18th. It is now 4 p.m. A roll call, let the record reflect, all is present. Take a motion for approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Easy. Approval of the minutes for October 21st.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, on to regular business. Before we start our regular business today, I would like to inform you that items we discuss at this meeting and vote on will be a recommendation to the Common Council for final approval. The next Common Council meeting will be on Tuesday, December 3rd at 6 p.m. A common question that we normally receive: do people need to attend the Common Council meeting after we have voted on your agenda item? The committee's answer to your question: our vote is a recommendation to Common Council. The items before us may or may not be pulled for future discussion at the Common Council meeting. Your attendance at the Common Council meeting is your sole discretion. All right, thank you. On to regular business. Number 1, consideration with possible action on the appeal by Michael Esther regarding the denial of his operator's license. Attorney or lieutenant?
It was their standard denial, based on Mr. Esser had a felony conviction in 2017 for a hit and run involving injury. There were some other charges with that. Also, in 2016, he had a possession of cocaine as well. So based on the felony conviction and the drug conviction, the felony conviction definitely, and the drug conviction was within the past 10 years that we recommend denial.
Questions? Okay, Michael's here. Open the floor.
Motion to open the floor.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Right, you can come on up. Could you state your name and your address for the record?
Michael Esser, 718 South Jefferson Street, Green Bay, Wisconsin, 54301.
This is a time where you can explain to us anything you'd like to discuss with us.
Okay, well, my convictions were from quite a while ago. I haven't had any recent problems with the law, nor do I look forward to having any issues with the law. Don't plan on it. I've been working at Shell gas station right here, downtown Shell, for 6.5 years now. Doing everything I'm supposed to do. We just recently started selling beer, which is why all the employees had to take the server's test and get this license. I understand the responsibilities that come along with having a server's license, as far as not selling to minors and not over serving someone. I promise you, if you grant this to me today, I will use it responsibly. And I'd really like to keep my job. So, it's okay.
Questions?
How long have you been employed at this establishment?
6.5 years.
They just started selling alcohol?
Yeah, they just got a liquor's license.
This is
Yeah.
the one with the
Because it's right next
ADW in it?
to Howe Elementary, and I
Right.
guess with Howe Elementary possibly closing, they approved them to start selling alcohol.
So your felony charge was this hit and run. Where did this happen? And
That was when I lived in Milwaukee.
okay. Are you willing to discuss what kind of injuries people received in this?
The guy that I got into an accident with had a cut on his face from a broken door window. I didn't have any injuries, and it was half a block away from my father's house. And I walked away from the scene of the accident to go and get my father to bring his vehicle over to take stuff out of my vehicle, like tools and stuff like that that I needed for work. And because I walked away from the scene before the cops got there, I got a hit and run.
If we approve your license, do you have any intention of trying to work at other establishments that sell alcohol, or is this
No.
solely to keep your job?
Solely to keep my job.
Okay.
I'm not into the bar scene or anything like that, no. Solely to keep my good job at the gas station.
And what do your hours look like there?
My hours are from 2 to 10, 4 days a week.
Do you have anybody that's here to vouch on your behalf? Employer or friends?
No.
Any other questions?
When was your last drug conviction?
Last drug conviction was 2015 or 16.
2016.
I'm clean from drugs. I've been in outpatient rehab for the last 7 years since I got up here to Green Bay. I go to Green Bay Comprehensive Treatment Center where I'm dropped once a week.
So what made you move to Green Bay?
My mother's ill. She's got paranoid schizophrenic dementia, and I take care of her. Administer her pills, I take care of all the bills, all that stuff.
All right, thank you for your time. Take a motion to close the floor.
Make that motion?
Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Further discussion, recommendation?
I move to approve the appeal.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. On to number two, consideration of possible action requested by Meryl Adams regarding denial of her operator's license previously held at the October 21st, 24 Protection and Policy Committee meeting. Yeah.
Remember, it's a recommendation to council, so final approval. Next page. I'm sorry. Apologies.
Alexander? Okay, 1 second. This is a referral back to us, so. Any other comments from last time?
Once again, due to having a felony conviction on his record, it's the automatic denial. That was from 2019. It was a chronic abuse of a child. So based on that, that's why we're recommending the denial for the felony conviction.
Motion on the floor.
Motion.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
If you could state your name and your address for the record.
Carl Alexander, Merle Alexander's father, 139 Badger Lane, Green Bay, Wisconsin, 54303.
Okay. So you're here on behalf of her?
Yeah, my daughter's hospitalized right now, and she missed the first one because of being hospitalized.
Sure. Do you know when she'll be getting out?
She's having a procedure, some kind of procedure, a female procedure. I don't really know the specifics of it, but she asked me to come here and stand in on her behalf. She's dealing with cancer issues.
So, one second. Should we hold this to the next one until she can show?
Yeah, absolutely. Holding is a good option. Maybe in the interim, we can get a more specific update for the date, but really that's all we can hold is hold to a certain date.
There was paperwork on her behalf. I don't know whether you see it in front of you or not. Those are the accomplishments that she has today. And she actually works over here at the Hyatt now as a chef over there. It's been a lot of big changes. And her children mainly are the ones that had bad behaviors, that caused her to get into the problem in the first place. By them doing stuff around town, things of that nature, breaking in them. And when they're teenagers, you can't really control them. You know what I mean? Once they're out your eyesight. And all the backlash came back to her, you know, being Stewart. It's really all I can tell you, you know, as a grandfather and the person that's been with them all their lives. You know, I mean, before this, if you go back in her criminal record, it's nothing else. It's just this dealing with the juveniles' behaviors, then getting the backlash in the end, you know, because their father's never been in their lives before. So it's only just been me and her all this time. But it's been many accomplishments since then, you know, positive.
She seems to have a lot of courses she's gone through, and she has a letter, I believe, of recommendation from her current employer.
Yes, sir.
How long has she been working there?
About a year now.
About a year?
Yeah, but she's been going to school for, you know, culinary arts for 2 years or 3 years.
Okay.
And she just received the final diploma about 2 weeks ago from,
Okay.
you know, from chef standpoint. And she's got a couple other degrees, you know, in different fields. So since all of this stuff happened years ago, just wanted another chance, you know, to get going in her career. I mean, she hasn't been in any problems with the law or police or anything like that. It's just that when these kids get older, you can't control them. And unfortunately, the parents get blamed for their actions.
Thank you for your time. Motion to close the public. Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. I would recommend that we hold this to our next meeting or after clerk reaches out.
Yeah, could we have that assigned by you once you have something worth, that we know we can actually talk to her? That'd be part of our motion. I've got a question. I think there's enough literature submitted that she could come and verify what she's received, but there's been a lot of good story since her conviction, to the point where I'm ready to approve the appeal.
I think it's best to meet with the applicant.
I know I see stuff in here like use of a dangerous weapon and stuff like that in there that I'd like a little more background.
And I appreciate them coming today.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I think it would have been in a different direction today if someone didn't show up.
All right. Well, it also shows that she's got support, family support, which is important.
But it's always best to talk to them.
Okay. I'll take your word on that. I make a motion that we hold this.
To December 9th.
That would be our next meeting, December 9th.
Yeah. Do you think we'll have enough knowledge if she can appear on December 9th?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Same time, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Same place, same time.
Okay, so,
Make a motion to hold it till December 9th.
all right, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Consideration of the possible action on a request by the Sardine Can at 128 South Broadway to extend their licensed premise on April 21st through April 28th, 2025 to their back parking lot. Staff?
No objections?
Attorney? Law? Police?
No objections,
All right.
please.
There's not an event going on around that time that they will extend for, right? Motion approved.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Did you want to talk or no?
No, unless there's any questions for me, thank you very much.
No questions. Thank you. Consideration of possible action on the original application for Titletown Coin LLC at 631 Bellevue Street with the license premise description as bar on main floor, outdoor bar garden, upstairs, pool table area. Attorney,
I don't have any objections.
please.
We don't have any objection, I just wanna make the council aware, this establishment was a place that we were getting quite a few calls to. The old owner surrendered his license. We met with this applicant, our community police went over a stipulation agreement. And we're gonna be working with them because you'll probably hear on the look at violation report, some information I'll give you that hopefully this will solve a lot of the police calls that we're getting there with the ownership, so we're in favor of this.
Stand sitting right next to you. You want to speak to the committee or are you good?
I own 4 other bars.
Oh, do
in
you?
4 other cities and.
We gotta open the floor.
Oh.
Motion open the floor.
Second.
Motion.
Motion.
Got it. Okay, come on up. Just state your name and your address for the record.
Rick Hireman, 1086 Circle Drive, Green Bay. I own 4 other bars in De Pere, Seymour, Clintonville, Shawano. I own a video game. My main business is amusement devices. So I've been in the bar business for 30 years. My parents owned the business for 25 years, so I've been in bars my entire life.
Any question?
Where's 631 Bellevue? What was it?
The Getaway by Frank and Pat's Pizza. And Jason, he's had a lot of problems there and he's been in the hospital for over a month now. He
Did it
finally
have
gets
a
over
girl's
it.
name for a while?
What's
Did
that?
it have a girl's name for a bar there originally for a while?
That was Daubers, but it's been Getaway for
Okay, I know
20
what Bobby's
years.
was. Yep. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Motion to close the floor.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Motion to approve.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 5, consideration of possible action on request by Green Bay Koi Inc. at 1593 West Mason to extend the issuance of their liquor license to December 31st. Clerk, attorney?
I don't think we have an objection to the extension. It sounds like they're waiting for a permit related to their food service hood or something. Yes, so. No objections from me.
Please concur.
Thank you.
Is that the old Arby's?
Correct.
Very good.
Motion to approve.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration of the possible action on the extension request of insurance of a reserved Class B liquor and Class B beer license at 1860 University Avenue to December 18th, 24.
Again, no objections. This is a reserve license, which I know we try to treat them all equally, but also not holding a license where we have none left. We have all reserve licenses, and I mean, this person is also, which I'm not sure what the reason
This is the old Gippers.
Yes. The ones that wanted to go
The spices.
on Monroe.
Pretty bad. I'm sure what it says they're waiting on, but
Well, they're doing work over there.
significant work, yes,
They're not open yet.
not yet.
Lieutenant,
We concur with law.
Motion to approve.
do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. All right, consideration of possible action on communication by Alder Prophet to refer to staff the possibility of amending municipal code section 44-469. 1, to read rummage sales shall be limited to a total of no more than 4 events for a total of 16 days for operation per calendar year in any residential location. Alder?
So this came to me from conversation with a constituent. I believe it currently reads no more than 3 events for a total of 9 days. A lot was conveyed to me in that phone call, but I agreed. I felt like it's, if there's no objection from law and from police, that, yeah, I think expanding our time ranges throughout the year that we can have rummage sales, and then the days as well, consecutive days in a row, going from 3 to 4 days, so that there's a little more give with set up and tear down of said farm stand. That's where it started from.
Any comments from law?
We have no objections to the change if that's the council's desire. I don't think there should be a problem making those adjustments to the ordinance, certainly not a reason why we can't. If that's what you all would like us to do, it I think can be a pretty quick change. I had briefly consulted with Attorney Glenn about it as he'd be doing the drafting. It can be done pretty quickly, certainly in time for the next rummage sale season.
Any other questions? Comments?
What does police think? Not touching
He
it?
said no issues?
No issues with rummage.
I have a comment, is I don't think anybody knows that there is such a law.
I didn't.
Where I live, there's people that have 10 a summer.
Yeah.
And the same duplexes. And the trouble there is there's only parking on one side of the street and everybody parks on both sides there. So that's not an issue police have time to handle. So I will agree to vote for it, just so they're less in violation.
I think in many of those situations, if your constituents ever have an issue, it would be complaint driven. So if you feel like do the request for service, I think maybe inspections maybe would follow up on something like that too, maybe not necessarily police first. If it's an ordinance violation, I'm not really sure, because again, I don't think anybody drives around counting the days they've been open, but certainly if a neighbor complained or something, we would follow up.
I'm okay with moving forward. So we need a motion to refer to staff.
I make that motion.
Right,
I'll
have a
second it.
Alright, all in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Number 8, consideration of possible action on General Ordinance 29-24, an amendment to the Green Bay Municipal Code 40-139 related to electric scooter regulations. Attorney.
Electric scooters, fun. Our municipal prosecutor recommended we make this change. It's the difference between 15 and 20 miles an hour to align with state law. It is possible that we could be more restrictive, but from citations and compliance, I think maybe the police department stopping people, it makes her job easier to have it be conform to state law, so there's not a discrepancy where someone says, I believe the state law is this, I can't go as fast here, something like that. So the request is just to change it from 15 to 20 to align with state law.
I can't go 40?
You can, as long as Lieutenant Mahoney doesn't see you, so he's not out patrolling probably. I don't think you wanna go 40 on a scooter.
Is there,
Lieutenant?
We have no objection. It would probably ease some of the angst or complaining we get when we do stop people.
is there a definition like from electric scooter to electric bicycle? I mean, is there a different statute that would cover electric bicycle? I mean, we didn't have this much when I worked.
Yeah, they're relatively new.
Right.
All of Oregon, yeah, so our ordinances are fairly new since we got the Bird Scooter Bike Program. And then some additional changes at the state, just as like electric bikes and scooters have become more common and more present on trails. I think the categories are based on how fast they can go or something like that. I'm not really sure the technical definition, but they still have speed limits.
I know, I just remember like, I forget which one is which, but from the old, like a Cushman scooter type, small one, to the, it looked more like a mini bike compared to a moped. One had to have a license, one didn't, one could have a passenger, one couldn't, and
Correct me if I'm wrong, these are the actual,
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about, like the little sprees, these are the actual like scooter
right, the ones you stand on.
that you stand on, you don't sit on
Right.
it. But yeah, I do know the ones you're talking about, I believe it was based at the time on how fast or the number of CCs. I remember, and all there's, Stevens, you might, the gentleman that wanted to allow golf carts. So when I looked into that, it was based on speed and a lot of other things, whether it's allowed or not. But these, and I believe even the Bird scooters are governed at a certain speed, just to help us out, so I don't even know if they could do 20 miles an hour downtown, because I believe Bird governs.
I think they had 18 or something like that right now, but I'm not positive.
All right, thank you. If it cleans it up, it makes it easier to enforce and stuff, I will vote yes on this matter.
Is your motion?
Make a motion to accept this.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Informational liquor violation report.
Okay, the
You
liquor.
might as well go right into the massage ordinance too.
Okay, the liquor violations, I explained before, they didn't pop up on the report, I don't know why, but, the Bellevue Street address, the old getaway, there were quite a few citations that were gonna be coming, we were getting multiple calls there. Our community police worked with the former owner, who was having some medical issues, who surrendered the license, and the gentleman, that took over. We realized we still might be getting calls there because the old clientele might be going there figuring they could do what they used to do there, so we anticipate we still might be getting calls there, but, the new owner, the old getaway was grandfathered in, so they didn't have a stipulation agreement, so they weren't required to have cameras or any of that. The new owner has to have it. He understands it's gonna take a while, and we understand as well. So that's pretty much our liquor violations. The massage ones, as you could see, the Star Massage is on our radar, and the Gong Spa. We cited them numerous times. The Star Massage, Gong Spa keeps trying to find different people coming through to pass our background, and they haven't done successfully yet. So we're actively looking at their backgrounds, because it seems like they're trying to find like a straw purchase per se, find someone that will pass the background so they could open up for business. Couple just opened up anyway, so that's why we started citing them. So we're trying to keep on top of it as much as we can with everything else, but sometimes they just randomly open, or they'll claim that they have a license when they don't. So then our CPUs verify and issue citations.
So these are two that don't have our massage establishment license granted at this time?
I believe so. I know the Gong Spa, or Gong, however you say it, and also, yeah, the Star Massage, do not, because, they haven't been able to pass the background.
I think actually, just for a point of clarification, I think the Star Massage does.
But they might
It's
be
going in- it's-
selling again.
Okay, yeah, there's a I think a revocation complaint was filed by the municipal prosecutor on that, and I think it's waiting, or was waiting for hearing at the next council meeting. But I did hear some additional changes, maybe ownership's changed, I'm not positive the municipal prosecutor's handling that, but we can follow up. But if that is the case, that'll go right to council, it doesn't come first through the committee.
Oh.
So 1136 isn't the one that was denied at council?
It might, here's the issue we went into, like, we'll write them a ticket, and I had a lady come in and say that she bought the place, but she had no documentation. There is a bit of a language barrier, and I'm like, well, you need to go get the license, and she goes, no, I just opened, and then she just opened up. So we're not 100% sure if she bought it or not. Now we're trying to work with the owner of the building to try and find out information to see if the new lady bought it or not, because it changes ownership, the new people have to come in and get the license. But it seems like they're just doing a handshake deal and trying to maintain staying open. Because we cite the old owner, so then they try and pass it to someone quickly. So it's cat and mouse and trying to catch up.
So in any event, the system should work, so if they shouldn't be open, the council will get the hearing.
I believe what we would do, if they did get their license, then if we are citing them for violation, like somewhere they don't have their massage or they're violating the ordinance, then we would work with the city attorney to do a revocation complaint, where then the full council will decide to pull their license.
Okay.
If they don't have their license yet and they open, we just keep giving them citation after citation. And then if they finally find someone that they believe would pass the background, at that point, I would bring all the other citations we issued to that location for your consideration before granting the
I
license.
see. So the story gets longer and longer, probably harder to pass. Is there dollar amounts with the citation? Or is it?
I don't know, I believe they're, with court costs, it's right around $700 or $800 per citation.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so
I thought it was like 500, I thought the ordinance allows between 500 and 1,000 plus cost, so we kept it at the 500 plus cost.
okay,
I'm not exactly sure, but it's not like a $130 ticket or something like that.
No.
It's,
okay, it's significant.
yes.
Okay,
And I apologize, I think you're correct, Alder Prophet, that Star Massage is, I think, the one that we denied when she wanted her license. So that one doesn't have a license, and I think it's Tulip Spa, the one that I was thinking of, that the revocation order has been submitted, so I apologize for that, because that one is a licensed massage shop, so it just took me a minute to follow up on the names.
So the 1136 West Mason is continuing to operate without the license?
We believe so, Alder-Eck, like, we'll try and drive by and spot check them. We'll also receive photographs from Alder-Eck saying that their sign is open, lit up, saying that they're open. And that's where one of the, I don't know if she's a new owner or someone came into the PD saying she's a new owner and and that's why she was open, but I explained, you just can't say, I'm now the new owner, that the city now has procedures that you need to get licensed when you change ownership. So I have a feeling we're just gonna keep writing citations and citations. The ordinance is new, so I honestly don't know what the end result, like, I don't know if we have to go to circuit court to get an injunction or something to say you can't open. Because we've been advised if they open up now, write them a ticket. If we see them open up tomorrow, write them another ticket. We don't have the authority like a bar because of state statute to say you are now closed for the night.
Gotcha. But if we would have issued the license and then had the opportunity to go through the revocation process, we would have been able to do the municipal court path?
I couldn't physically shut them down.
Okay.
That when this was all being created, I believe somewhere in state statute it grants law enforcement the power to tell a bar that they're shut down. There's no such state statute for massage. So the city attorney recommended that we just issue citations. That's why they're not cheap, and hopefully they'll realize it's not worth getting a $600 or $800 ticket or whatever every single day.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we have a liquor licensing report, and also looks like we have a release.
Yes, so right now we have 3 licenses that have been granted but not yet issued. 2 of them we extended today, and then we do have a reserve license that was granted on 10/15. And then, so right now we have issued 171 of the 172 available Class B liquor and Class B beer licenses. The City of Green Bay Clerk's Office will release 1 of the available into the pool on Wednesday, December 4th at 8 a.m. So we can take up to 1, and it would be to the first person who comes in with a fully completed application and first in time.
All right, thank you. Take a motion to receive and place all 4 on file.
So moved.
Do I have a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
hi,
Nays? Ayes have it.
Motion adjourned.
Do I have a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. We're now adjourned.